Yo, people, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. It's North London Derby time, so you know what that means. I got to get it up on the channel, and no better than George himself. You know, you've seen us do videos in the past. It always gets a little bit heated before before a big North London Derby. And you know what? Injuries aside, I'll start it off. I don't care about the injuries. I don't care about who's missing, who's available. That don't matter to me. It's Tottenham. We're better than them. We should beat them. That's my mentality going into this. What's your mentality going into this? Because I'm saying it doesn't matter what the situation is, rain, shine, 7 players out. If you had a fully fit team and we had our same situation, I'd still be confident going at home versus you. I've seen you come to our ground with much better teams, and we had scrubs in defense and we still beat you. So I'm not too concerned.
Maybe you got a couple draws, but I'm feeling like this. Look, your biggest attacking threat is out the game. And no, I'm not talking about victim jokers. I'm talking about Gabriel Magalas. Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. Corner Specialist. I ain't shook off good jokers. So for me, I think you're missing one of your biggest players. We're missing a few players. Got a few players come back from injury. Best away team in the Premier League right now. The only unbeaten away team in the league. And I feel like we're just going to continue that record. I think Thomas Frank has got something for Arsenal in the bigger games against teams that like to dominate possession. We can play our pragmatic transition football in peace. We haven't got to do like what against Man United, where both teams were trying to defend and they just weren't looking. When we defend and we got one team attacking against us, we're feeling ourselves a little piece more. So for me, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, bro, there's something to be got at in that Arsenal. And look, we saw against Sunderland last week, there's a chink in that armor. Last minute equalizer, Brian Brobby with the robbery. I'm saying that we're here to make a robbery too at the Emirates Stadium. And yeah, man, I think we got something for you.
Mm. All right, all right. Let's talk about the injuries because right now Tottenham's injury list is way worse than ours. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about injuries. I understand why you would. You have almost 11 of players out. Basuma's out, Kulisevsky's out. Then what do you call it? Dragison's out. Who's the Tika? Never.
So no, I'll tell you this. Look, I think we do have similar to you guys, obviously, because we haven't had
Let me
like a
put it on
press
the screen.
conference. Yeah, because we've not had a press conferences with our managers, we haven't had confirmation. But I can sit here and say confidently, like with you, I think you've got like a few players coming back over the next week. Like they're in training type thing, like Odegaard's supposed to be back. Some people are saying Jesus is in training, could be back. Gyökeres could be back. I think it's the same for us. Kudu should be there. Bergvall should be there. Kolo Muani apparently he's got a special mask, could be available. Dragusin's played in a friendly over the last 2 weeks, so he could be available in the team. Solanke's due back in a few weeks, so he won't be back. But yeah, we've got a few players come back from injury. I think at least 3 or 4 of these names on the Tottenham list will be back. So as much as the injury list is bad, I think a lot of them are going to be back for this game, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to I ain't spoke about injuries once ago. I'm not here to do the injury excuse. We've been playing with injuries. You've got Arsenal fans definitely can't. You've got best squad in the league. Some people say best squad in the world.
I'm not complaining about injuries, bro. The only thing I'm going to talk about is something else in a second. But before that, we get there. Gabriel Miguel is out. Jesus is out still. Havertz is out. He picked up another knock during rehabilitation. Then you have Madueke. He's in training. Odegaard's in training. Gyökeres is in training. So with all those guys back in training, I'm not necessarily too concerned. And I don't know why Sainsbury's keeps trying to do free adverts on the channel. Chill out. But yeah, for me, it's very simple, man. When it comes to this game, I'm not going to do too much overthinking. I think you guys are going to come into our ground and be very pragmatic. Am I wrong?
Yeah, to some extent. I don't think very pragmatic, but we are. Look, we've got a pragmatic manager, so we're gonna sit back a little bit. We're gonna let you guys are the better ball playing team than us right now in possession. So naturally, you're gonna take a hold of the game, and we're gonna look to catch you on the transition.
All right, and you spoke earlier about your games played away from home to start the season.
Yeah.
I've looked at your games played away from home, and I've looked at them, and I don't see too many big teams. Like I get City, early season City, but when you face Newcastle away from home in the cup, you guys didn't take it serious. You lost. When you face any big team at your ground, which was Chelsea, Man United, you didn't collect all 3 points. So I kind of look at this away record and I kind of say to myself, is it as credible? Like we've beaten Newcastle away. We've beaten yes, we played Fulham, Burnley. We haven't had the biggest games besides Newcastle and Liverpool. And you know what? We lost to Liverpool. So we might not have the best home record, but away record. But at home, you know how you said you have a great away record? We have a great home record. We don't tend to lose at home. We've drawn one game all season in all comps at home, and in the Champions League, we don't lose at home in the Champions League either. Last team we played that we thought would be a little bit pragmatic was Atletico Madrid, and the moment we scored one, the floodgates opened up, and we kept scoring to the point where we left them with an embarrassing scoreline at the end of the day. I don't think it's going to be a 4-0. I do think your manager is going to keep it very pragmatic and defensive, but I do think you're there to be got at. And the moment you do concede, I think you fall like a house of cards because you don't have the creativity to go and beat us.
I mean, for us, I think you're there to be unsettled. I think Arsenal from that last game, it was an unsettling moment. Those things you hate, like every team hates that last minute equalizer, sloppy from the goalkeeper. That shows me that you guys aren't always like the focus wasn't there till the 97th minute. Like, and that's one thing we've always spoke about. As long as we've been streaming together, Egal, what do I always tell you, man? The mentality of the Arsenal, the Arsenal that just they have the bottle job in them. And I just think going into this game, that could seep in again. It's North London derby. It's a game where all the pressure is on you guys. You guys have to win this. Naturally, not because you're playing at home or anything. It's because you're in the title race. Let's have it right. Like you're playing for something bigger than us this season. As much as it's a massive game to you, this is just another 3 points you need in your potential run to win the title. So you guys need this win because especially with the drop points last week, you're now only 4-point gap with Manchester City. If they win another one, a 1-point gap, I know Egal's not feeling so nice. I know Egal's not thinking, yeah, we're going to walk the league no more when you guys were 8 points clear. So I just think of it like Arsenal at this moment in time, I'm seeing what I always see. I'm seeing a little crack. I'm seeing just something small, and it's very minor, but I think that we can leave with something in the game. The quality side of things, I think you guys are going to have a lot more quality than us in the game, but we don't need quality, man. We just need to unsettle Arsenal. Go in there, do what the smaller teams do in that sense of like, be dirty. Go Paulinho, Benzcore, foul some of their players, make it like a proper derby game where we draw you guys out. Because I think that's something that we done against Chelsea, or they done against us, I'd say, is they drew us out. They got the lucky goal, but then after that, they done really well to just unsettle Spurs, rattle us, and get our players emotional. And if we can do the same for Arsenal, where we get you guys emotional at your own ground, get you guys wanting to battle us rather than play football against us, I think we can leave with something. But I'm not going to sit here and act like it's going to be, if we do walk away with a win, it's going to be easy. It's going to be very tough game to get a win. You don't concede a lot of goals, and yeah, it's going to be hard, isn't it?
The one thing I'm going to be looking at this game is the referee and how he manages the game, because you're laughing.
I knew it, Egal. You always do think
you're laughing, but take this in. The man who's about to referee this game had legal action against Arsenal fans for abusing him. How can you tell me he's going to be an impartial referee?
Because you guys do abuse him. We've seen all this week.
No, but when he was not allowed to referee an Arsenal game for 6 months to keep him away from Arsenal scandals with refereeing games in Arsenal. But his first game back refereeing Arsenal is the North London derby. To me, he should not be refereeing our games at all.
Then, let's be honest.
Either way, if it benefits us or if it doesn't benefit us, either way, there's a thing with him and Arsenal fans, whatever you want to put it. He's made clear mistakes in the past in our games and has been demoted in the past also. I don't think for the integrity of the game, for you or us, should not be happening. Because if we get a decision go our way, you're going to say he's trying to make up for his wrongs. And
I don't talk about, no, we don't, because Spurs fans aren't as bad as Arsenal fans. We don't do conspiracy theories.
Forget about conspiracy.
But the facts are not right. Let me tell you a fact. He's one of the, whether you like him or not, he's one of the referees that have been around the longest in the Premier League. Like, we know that. In the last 15 years, I think Mike Oliver's probably been a referee. So with that in mind, he's one of the most experienced referees around, one of the most credible ones in the Premier League. Not most referees are shit. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not saying he's a good referee, but it's the biggest game of the weekend. You're going to put one of the better referees on it. That's simple as that.
Wouldn't you want an impartial referee that does not have a history with a said club?
I want. Do you know what? I generally, I don't look at the referees who referee in the game. I look at it like it's, bro, if you need to rely on the referees to help you win the game, you're already doing something wrong.
I'm not
Yes,
saying
referees make
it's
wrong
not just
decisions,
because
but
it's Tottenham. It's
but
because
no, but I don't want to leave it in the referee's hands. My point in any game is don't leave it in the referee's hands. Spurs have bad decisions go
I'm
against
not
us.
saying we're leaving
I
it
don't
in the
want to.
referee's hands. I'm questioning the decision of having said referee Arsenal games at all after having a situation where he cannot be impartial. He clearly has a tiff with some previous Arsenal fans. You could say it's one or two people who were stupid and did something stupid. But long story short, he was not refereeing Arsenal games for 6 months for a reason. Why all of a sudden is he off refereeing Arsenal and back refereeing such a big game? To me, it doesn't make sense. I'm questioning the logic behind him being suspended from refereeing Arsenal games for 6 months, and now all of a sudden a huge North London derby he's thrown into the game.
I just think that people are focusing on the wrong things. I get your point, but as we always do, Arsenal fans the conspiracy.
No, it's a legitimate.
He got 20,000 for one game in Abu Dhabi. He was paid
I
by
didn't even bring that up.
dude. You've definitely brought it up on Twitter. Don't do that. Egal, you're
not today.
like in my algorithm. You're like one of the guys that always in my algorithm. That's why I always respond to your tweets, because without doubt, I see your tweets so often. Yeah, like. You've definitely brought it up. Maybe not today, but I think in this game, in the North London derby, Arsenal are in a position where you are the better team. As in, you're higher than us, you're better than us this season. So there should be no excuse as to why you don't go out there. And if you don't win, I don't want to hear nothing about a referee. This player should have got a red card. This should have been a penalty. No, go out there, play your game, score. Like, if you guys score and Tottenham don't score, you win the game. You've done it against so many teams this season. You got 8 clean sheets in a row before the Sunderland game. I think it was, right? So you just have to replicate what you've done in all these other games to take it out of the referee's hands. And if you do that, it's all in your hands.
Let's look at the predicted lineups for each team and see what we would change. Personally, for me...
Wait. Who put together this predicted lineup?
These guys over at, what do you call it? FootMob.
Okay, this is one of the worst predicted lineups I've ever seen for Tottenham in my life. Dane Scarlett is not starting. No, you can keep it there. You can keep it there.
All right. So let's do straight up. This was the last team you played with. What change are you making?
So it's likely that we're gonna see. I don't think Sar's ready. So I think Sar's it'll be Romero at the back, 100%. Romero will be playing at the back.
There.
And so yeah, it'll be Romero back in. He'll start. Sar, you'll probably swap out for Bentancur, I would imagine, if not Bergvall. But I'd go Bentancur to be safe, because I think that's what he would go for. On the left, likely to see Odegaard. On the right, likely to see Kudus. And then probably Richarlison up top. I'll be honest, that's what we probably will see.
Odegaard is going to be here.
Yeah, he should be. There you go.
And Ben
Kudus, yeah, that's what I think personally. Yeah, he's gonna be back. He'll be back, as far as I'm aware, anyway. But no, sorry, yeah, I saw Scarlett up top, and I was like, bro, this guy's never started a Premier League game.
Yeah, they're taking the piss.
He's never started a Premier League game, so I've never seen that in my life.
So that is your predicted lineup. All right, first, and then if I'm gonna go to my predicted lineup, let's go to that now. My predicted lineup is gonna be, 1 second. FootMob, you go here, and then you go Arsenal, and then guess what? The lineup is already set for me. Just need to change one change. I think there's going to be one change. If Calafiori is available, that's different. So right now we don't know about Calafiori, but one thing we do know, Gabriel's out. I think Gabriel out, and right away Christian Mosquera in. I don't think Hincapié starts right away. I think there's a pecking order. It's Mosquera has played the most games for Arsenal so far. Arteta's seen the most of him. I don't think he's gonna just throw Hincapié in. He's gonna throw Mosquera in, and if he does throw Hincapié in, maybe left back. But I do think if Calafiori is not available, Miles Lewis-Skelly would start, and this would be our back line if we make 2 changes to the team. The only other change you could potentially see happening is if Gyökeres is back full fitness and ready to start from the beginning. But yeah, that is the lineup right there. If everybody's available. Now, if Odegaard's available, I do think he comes off the bench, because he hasn't been able to play more than 45 minutes each game coming off injured after returning back from injury. So we don't want to necessarily start him right away and then him get injured again. But yeah, this is a lineup. I think this is most likely going to be the lineup. And I don't think a lot of people would disagree with this lineup also from the
What do you
Arsenal.
think about the makeshift back line, though? Because let's be honest, changing two of your back four does have a big impact. Whether they've played a lot,
Miles Lewis-Skelly
they're
is
good individual players, but having, like, let's just say Mascara's a right-sided centre back anyway. So having him at left side with Lewis Skelly, who's a good fullback, but he's coming up against a winger who's, if it's Kudus, very tricky. And let's be real, you can't handle Kudus all by yourself. He's probably going to need help from Mascara. So, like,
he
you're
has
looking
the
at having
option
two
of
players.
Nkapia also.
Like you said, Hincapié has not played much Premier League football. Do you want to chuck him in against one of the best 1v1 winger in the Premier League? Because that's a fact.
Preferably, Ricardo Calafiori is fit and available. He starts, and then you're not making too many changes.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
if we are making a change, I'm not gonna lie to you, Miles Lewis-Skelly played a lot of football for Arsenal. It's not really the end of the world. And also, when speaking about Gabriel Magalhaes being out, last time I checked, George, when we played Real Madrid, was Gabriel there?
I don't know. I can't remember that. I'll
He,
be honest.
he wasn't there, to be fair. So what the hell's going on? So yeah, he wasn't there for that. So I'm not worried too much. What is going on?
I know, man. Having these presets are so annoying. It's like I'm scrolling through trying to find my presets. It's probably the first or second one with that.
Oh, you know what happens? It starts moving mad the moment you worry about changing screens and everything.
Yeah. It goes mad.
Bringing it back to main conversation. So we spoke about injuries. We spoke about that. Just to let you know, before we do any score predictions or anything like that, I'm just gonna say I have full belief in my manager. I don't know about what's your latest on your situation, because I feel like the Tottenham fan base is so close on turning on another manager, and one more defeat in a North London derby could just completely lose more and more people in your
Tottenham
fan base.
fans have started to become far too entitled to think that they can turn on a manager 3 months into his tenure when he's not. This isn't like who'd I say? This isn't Ange for Nottingham Forest, as in he didn't win a game for 6 games. Frank's won some big games. He won over against Man City, had a very, very good performance in the Super Cup where we were minutes away from lifting it. I generally don't understand. Like, I'm so confused and baffled when fans say, I'm close to wanting Frank out. Bro, like, give Frank time. He's played 3 months in this club with, actual top level football. And within those 3 months, he's not had his starting striker. He's not had, he's our best player from last season, 2 of our best players from last season. As much as I don't rate Maddison, but those 3 themselves brought in 60 GA Egal. Maddison, Kulu, Solanke, 60 GA last season. You'd be crazy to sit here and say, oh, Frank's not making it work. He doesn't have his best players available in the attack. He's trying to make the attack work. Doesn't look as good as it should, but within time, I think it will come to fruition. And ultimately, he's building foundations. You know better than anyone. And I can give this to you because you've trusted in the foundations that Arteta built throughout the years. You always trusted in what he was doing. And I'm at the point of, look, Frank's got us defensively looking so much better. We don't concede as many chances, don't concede as many goals. We look just like a better defensive unit. He's got to work his way forward through the pitch, and that takes time. And I know people hate to hear trust the process, but in something like this, where he's 3 months in, at least give the guy a year or so to see what the process is. If at the end of the season we're 8th or something and people are not happy with that, I won't be. But if other people are not happy with that, then they're more entitled to say, get him out of the club. But at least give him the season to see where he lands.
There is a possibility Kudus doesn't play. And if that does happen, you guys are in big trouble, because I look at your attack and your creativity, and I don't see what I used to see when I would look across from a Tottenham team, where I would see a lot of creative players or 1v1 finishers like Kane, Son. Ericsson was a good creator. Dele Alli was another person who could create something out of nothing and score a goal out of nowhere. And I'm just looking at Tottenham now, and I'm not gonna lie, I could name 7 players in your team and just say they're not proven yet. They're not up to the level yet. They've not shown that they can consistently perform yet. And it's like you're doing a mini rebuild, but in this mini rebuild, you have no reliable attackers that you can rely on week in, week out, which is your main issue. You can win games away from home against the smaller teams because you're playing a certain way, which is pragmatic. But at home, the reason why you struggle is because when you need to control a game and you need to win a game and you need to be the difference makers, those difference makers for you are at the back near your defense. So similar to Arsenal, almost set pieces are going to be a crucial piece to your puzzle. Your defenders being a big part of your attack is going to be a big part of your puzzle. But right now, I look at your team and I just see Arsenal under Arteta year 2. That's what I see. I don't
I know,
see
I
it.
understand that, but
I
I
don't
would look at.
see anywhere near a team that scares me when it comes to overall play or coming to my ground and dominating me. The reason why you do so well against City, I would say, is because you were able to catch them out in their own half, playing the ball out the
They
back.
send us brown envelopes as well. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying maybe they're repaying you every time you play for that Son miss. I don't know,
Maybe
but
they are, and we're
but
gonna help them out by helping them win the league this year. You know,
yeah,
like,
but you know what?
you know,
You haven't been helping yourselves in these games with your recruitment. That's my main point. It always comes down to recruitment for Tottenham. It doesn't seem like you're buying the best when you're buying young. Bergval looks good. Some of these guys look good, but you don't seem to be shopping at the place where
no,
you're
we're not
bringing.
shopping in the best of the best
Yeah,
market. And I think that's something that Spurs are working on at the moment. I think this summer that we're just gone, we've done a little bit of that. We shopped for Kudus, one of the best wingers
I
available
say.
in the market. We shopped for Eze, but he's not one of the best as we've seen this season. A bit poor, hasn't really looked that comfortable in the Arsenal team, and not a player that I'm worried of.
He's been a
And
match
in my mind, we got someone who's got maybe not as proven as him at the moment, but he's got more potential. So I think in the future run will definitely come to
Hey,
be
that's going to be a key
player.
matchup. Both of them are going to be starting in the tens. Both of them are going to be in the middle of that midfield.
And that's a big thing for me, man. I'm saying when you spoke about players that aren't really goal scorers, aren't creators, we have them in our team, but they're not proven. Like you said, we got a lot of players that are unproven that need to prove their ability, and they've got that opportunity to do so. So I'm looking at it. I'm saying Kudus, Xavi Simons, Odebert, this is your time to shine. Go out there and show the people that you can be that player. Odebert obviously scored a goal, big one. Sorry, no, he didn't get a goal, but got an assist. And I suppose the Richarlison counts as his goal, but
He ran the game when he came on.
Yeah, he ran the game when he came on, looked really good. And then away from that, Kudus always does that, but he just needs the goals in his game. And Xavi got a big goal for Netherlands that's going to help him with some confidence. And I just hope that this game, where it's going to be, you guys have more of the ball and we're going to get in transition, it's going to give him a little bit more space to operate because we're not going up against a low block. Like I said, we're not in control of the game. So every time he gets on the ball, he's going to have runners running in front of him. I think that could help for him. We saw it a couple of times in the Man United game. He ended up getting crowded out due to just, Brennan Johnson and Richarlison. When you start both of them, you haven't really got good attacking players there. So for me, I'm looking at, I'm going, this is a game where Xavi Simons, I expect a lot from him. I'm starting to put the expectation that he has to perform. And if he don't perform, I'm not going to be happy. So
just before we go, I'm just going to say a key matchup for me. Trossard always rips Poro. So I'm going to keep an eye out on that side of the pitch to see what happens there because our left-hand side has not looked as bad as it used to. This season, our left-hand side has actually been very productive with Calafiori and Trossard. So if Calafiori and Trossard are starting, I also want to see how your wingers, do they track back? Do they help out? Because Saka and Trossard are going to be a handful to deal with. You might need Odebert and Calafiori to help out.
yeah, they're both very him and Kudus are very defensive. I can't lie. A lot of the times, what you'll often find is that, especially in this game, you're going to see our shape. Although we play a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, when you guys are on the ball, it's going to look like a 4-4-2. As in, we have Kudus and Odebert pretty much defending, and then you have Xavi Simons up there with the striker to receive the ball and get it in the creative area. So, yeah, a lot of defensive work, and I expect to see it like that. But look, I'm someone who's not against defensive football, transition football. Seen some great attacking ball under Conte and Jose Mourinho. Let's see Thomas Frank replicate that.
Hey, we're favorites to win the Premier League. We're favorites to be one of the people to go and do this season. And this is a must-win game. I am not going to shy away. I think we win. I think we keep a clean sheet. I think we score the first goal. You guys open up. Game over on the second goal. And from there, you're trying to damage limitations and not necessarily keep it from a situation where it gets out of control. And you can get out of control if you play football against us at our ground. So I do think that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-0. I think that's a respectable scoreline. And I'm not looking at it in a situation where we're going to batter you. And I don't think it's going to be a situation where you come and destroy us or score 2 and 3 goals or something like that and make it a very open game. It's going to be very cagey. And I think first goal is going to tell you everything about this game. If you guys score the first goal, it's going to be a tough night for us to get all 3 points because I know how Thomas Frank is. And if we score first, I think it's going to be a tough night for you to get a point.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. For me, I'm just looking at like away from home, we play like we're free, you know, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I think Spurs have got something for you, man. I think that we can come to you, get a win. I'm not going to be mad and say like if we leave with a point, I think it's a huge point for us, but also for the Premier League. So I'm looking at, I'm saying, look, I think Spurs can do something in this game. Looking at my best players in Kudus and Xavi Simons to really step up. And in the Man United game, we missed him. In the Chelsea game, we missed Kudus. He's going to be a big impact for this one, especially in that 1v1 against potentially Lewis Skelly or Hincapié if Calafiori's injured. And yeah, man, like I just think it's going to be a very tight game. Not very open. I can imagine, like you say, set piece goals are definitely going to be a thing. We always tend to see a penalty goal one way or the other. I think it hasn't happened in one of our recent fixtures, but we used to, whenever Kane and them man were here, we saw penalties in every fixture. So I think there might even be a penalty in this game. Like you say, Michael Oliver, yeah, he might have something for me. You know what I mean? So go out there, show me something. But look, I do think it's going to be a very, very tough game. I'll be honest about that.
I'm just thinking to myself, it's gonna be a long weekend if whoever loses. Obviously, if anything happens to us, it's a nightmare. I can't drop any points in this game. We have to win against you. We have to win against Chelsea. We can't. I don't care what happens against Bayern midweek. Real talks in the Champions League. If we draw, if we win, if we lose, it doesn't really matter. These two games are what matter, and I just want to stay as far away from City as possible. You're right about them, but hey, we did do the video last time. Did we underestimate them? We did speak about that, so you might have gotten that one right. We'll talk about it on the next show that we do, hopefully after this North London derby. We'll maybe catch up. But yeah, man, George, appreciate it, guys. Go check out Durag Diaries in case you haven't done so. Link is going to be in the description. And of course, please do like the video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Big up George every single time for giving me your time on a busy Friday day. Have a good one.